BRC-11, local first.
This park will soon be suitable for all children, including those with disabilities. I'll tell you how this park sparked a community's interest.
Plus, Celebrate Lancaster kicked off today in the city. We'll get you in on the action. But we begin tonight with a new anti-heroin group that's forming in Ephrata. Good evening, I'm John Buffone. Ephrata is currently in the midst of one of their worst drug wars in its history. The mayor has officially said enough is enough and is taking matters into his own hands by forming a new anti-heroin group. News 11's Brendan Leslie tells us what this group will do and how you can get involved.
The mayor of Ephrata, Ralph Moen, did something similar to this 15 years ago. The borough was experiencing a heroin epidemic, and in response, they formed an anti-drug group, which had a strong impact on the community. But this time around, Ralph says the opioid crisis is much worse.
15 years ago, we had a severe heroin problem in town, severe heroin problem, and I declared a heroin crisis. Where we're at today is worse than we were at then.
We cannot rely on nationwide leaders and nationwide resources to trickle down to us. We need to grab hold. We need to protect Ephrata.
And that's exactly what Ralph Moen, the mayor of Ephrata, is doing. He doesn't feel the government is focusing enough time on preventing new addicts. Instead, they're wasting too much time on recovery. So he said, enough is enough. Moen is in the process of forming an exclusive anti-drug group to fight the war on drugs right here in our backyard.
I said, well, if we don't start preventing people from getting involved, we'll never get a handle on it. The goal will be to educate. No one is ever going to stop the drug issue. It's just too huge.
They're modeling this group off of one from Lebanon, which has 4 pillars they take on: prevention, policing, treatment, and harm reduction. It will be made up of community members, recovering addicts, and representatives from local organizations such as the school district.
The schools are involved. The schools district has a representative in the group. We're going to be looking at prevention and educating kids in school.
Chief Harvey says this will be a great organization to have in the community because it will have many different personalities to reach out to a broad span of people. They're here to help, not get you in trouble.
Everybody responds differently. Not everybody's going to respond to, say, a police officer telling them what to do. They may respond to someone else or someone who's more learned or someone who's actually, been through this before. So here we have depth to put the right people to the right locations.
Reporting in Ephrata, Brendan Leslie, News 11.
The Northern Lancaster County Regional Police Department has charged 20-year-old Devin Henry Fouts with 20 charges of theft by unlawful taking. Fouts allegedly removed 71 key fobs from Manheim Auto Auction, which equates to nearly $19,000. The thefts allegedly took place during a 5-week period while Fouts was employed by Manheim Auto Auction. Over in Warwick Township, vandals damaged light fixtures, electrical outlets, and spray-painted walls at the Warwick Township Pump House. The vandalism caused around $700 worth of damage, and Northern Lancaster County Regional Police are investigating. Anyone with information on this crime is asked to contact the department. Well, many have already kicked off their weekend holiday plans, but can they expect enjoyable weather throughout? Let's ask Carl Kern, who has our first look at the forecast.
First Look Weather is brought to you by The Wagon at Weaver Markets. Check out weavermarkets.com for this week's menu.
Oh, John, I'm sure there's plenty of loyal viewers that are going to have to watch this on the free on demand because they've already split for the weekend, and for some not in a nick of time because it was a line, kind of a meandering line, a broken line of some growing and diminishing, some intense downpours, lots of lightning, some thunder. It just adds to the humidity for now. Skies are going to clear out a little bit overnight. It's going to be calm the rest of the overnight. We'll do it all over again tomorrow afternoon, and then things look really nice through the holiday. I'll let you know what's going on. The complete forecast is coming up, John.
Sounds good. Thanks, Carl. The Harmony Park project took another step towards completion this week, but according to the group heading its funding, there is still work to be done. We now go live to News 11's Taylor Toshev, who joins us in the studio with more. Taylor.
John, a park that inspired a community is about to reach their goal of adding all-inclusive equipment to a playground. It's their hopes that the existing linear park in Warwick Township will be accessible for all children, including those with disabilities.
Creating independence for disabled people is our mission, and so this playground fit right in.
The once known linear park of Warwick Township will be taking on a whole new name. Although it's not fully completed, Harmony Park is already living up to its name, welcoming all children to play together in a safe environment.
No, I got it.
The idea behind the park was started by Ambucks and Lidditz, a nonprofit organization dedicated to creating mobility and independence for those with disabilities.
It especially benefits families who may have a special needs child and a child that doesn't have special needs. They can play together on the same playground, which hasn't been possible up until now.
But the Harmony Park project would not have been possible without the support of the community.
Every service group in the community has donated to this project, and businesses have donated to this project in the community, and just brings the community together. Lidditz is a great community and supports every endeavor.
The community's support has helped to already install 2 pieces of equipment.
Here we go.
And once Ambucks reaches their $80,000 goal, they can continue adding on to the playground until it's complete. Caleb Finkbeiner, a father of 2 children, wants to see more playgrounds in the area follow in Harmony Park's footsteps.
We go to a lot of different parks, and you don't see really where they have anything for kids with disabilities. So I think it gives everybody a chance to get outside so that nobody's feeling left out.
You want to reach out to everybody, that, everybody can play on the same playground.
If you want to help the Harmony Project reach their final goal, Johnson & Johnson is hosting a Fresh Burst 5K in Lidditz on July 9th. All proceeds go to that reaching $80,000 goal. Reporting in studio, I'm Taylor Toshef. John, back to you.
All right, thank you, Taylor. We'll stay tuned to the Evening Report. More local news is coming up after the break.
Travel volumes reach an all-time high this weekend, but gas prices will not. I'll have the latest AAA statistics.
Plus, it's Friday, and that means it's time for our weekly Reptile Report. Jesse Rothacker brought another friend to the studio. Find out who coming up. And later in sports, Lancaster's Barnstormers are just a couple games out of first place. Could they get a much-needed win? Brian Cast has all of the highlights. Celebrate Lancaster kicked off tonight. The annual event celebrates culture and diversity and features something for everyone. Our videographer Ryan Rimby brings us the sights and sounds.
So we start in January to put on a big event like this in June, and there's a lot of little details. There's vendors, we have 25 vendors out here. We have 6 bands, 2 stages. We have a lot of things going on. There's fun for the kids. There's face painting and all kinds of things.
The city itself is on an upswing. The diversity in the city is really cool, and the restaurants are great. And just doing an event like this, it brings people from all over the place to visit the city and see what Lancaster City is all about.
I just think it's a place for people to learn about one another, to hear good music, and to meet new people. My favorite part about Celebrate Lancaster is just the whole community coming together, people across the city and the county from lots of different backgrounds being in community together.
The AAA estimates 44.2 million Americans will travel over 50 miles for the holiday weekend. News 11's Holly Harrer talks gas prices, traffic volume, and law enforcement procedure.
Independence Day travel volume is expected to hit record numbers according to AAA, growing 10% over the last 4 years.
It's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to beat the rush hour traffic.
What many consider beating the rush, the Turnpike Commission predicts 750,000 travelers will use the Turnpike today. But the low gas prices are providing the incentive needed to head out early.
We only have a few gallons, so, a couple cents, and we're on vacation, so I try not to stress about the gas price too much.
According to GasBuddy.com, prices average $2.31 a gallon.
Definitely way better than $3 or $4 the other year. Now it's $2.50.
For Adam, the low prices are nice, but high volume on the roadways isn't a major concern, especially for those staying relatively local.
My siblings live right on the Susquehanna River, so I get to see some fireworks there and have fun with them.
Plus, in an effort to keep everyone safe this weekend, state police are also amping up enforcement. Sobriety checkpoints will be set up in Lancaster to combat the number of DUI-related incidents. Reporting in Ephrata, Holly Harrer, News 11.
Police are reminding anyone who drives through Lidditz that roads will be closed Monday evening for the 4th of July parade. The parade starts on North Broad Street near Wilbur Chocolate and this year immediately turns onto East Main, then onto South Locust, East Marion, and back onto South Broad Street. As a reminder, areas inside the parade route will be near impossible to enter or exit. Roadways surrounding the parade route will be significantly slowed down due to increase in vehicle and pedestrian traffic. And if you can't make it out to the parade or the events on Tuesday at the park, don't worry, we have you covered. We will start our live coverage of the Lidditz 4th of July celebration on Monday the 3rd with the parade at 6:30 p.m. followed by Rick Kay and the All-Nighters. You can cap off the night with our 10 o'clock full newscast. Then on Tuesday, July 4th, we pick things back up at 1 p.m. from the band shell in Lidditz Springs Park with entertainment all day. The fireworks show is scheduled to start just after 10 o'clock, so be sure to join us on BRC-11 for exclusive coverage of the 200th July 4th celebration in Lidditz. Well, Carl Kern will be back after the break with his complete weather forecast. And later on, the temperatures outside are rising, but have no fear, a tea affair is here, and they have a new line of iced teas that can help you beat the heat. On this week's Reptile Report, Jesse Rothacker introduces us to one of the most common snakes in the entire world, the garter snake. Take a look.
Hey everyone, Jesse Rothacker here to kick off your weekend with a brand new Reptile Report. And I'm joined by one of the most common snakes in the entire world, the garter snake. There are very few places you can go in North America to get away from garter snakes. Whether you're in Canada or Central America, a garter snake like this one may be just around the corner. They are so prolific in Manitoba, Canada, where they can be observed by the thousand that they're featured on the side of moving trucks from that area. If you live in Central PA, you probably have met the eastern garter snake at least a few times. And if you live in Lidditz, you probably have met Linda and Nelson Bull a few times too. Recently, Nelson was working outdoors at the Lancaster Evangelical Free Church in Lidditz when he met a garter snake in the parking lot who had a little bit of road rage. Linda sent me Nelson's video, which captured an eastern garter snake trying to look tough. Think of it like a guy walking into a bar with his chest puffed up, trying to show off. What garter snakes don't want you to know is that they're actually pretty harmless. Most garter snakes I pick up don't even bite, and when they do, it is not venomous. Heck, my daughter Viola has been catching garter snakes in the wild since she was 1. In Pennsylvania, anytime you see stripes on a snake running from head to tail, it's not venomous and is most likely a garter snake. Garters are not picky eaters and eat bugs, amphibians, small rodents, or almost anything else that is small enough to swallow and too slow to get away. Garters are an important food source for some of your favorite birds and furry animals that prey on them, so they are a valuable part of our ecosystem. Colors vary quite a bit among individuals, so next time you see one, grab your phone and snap a pic for reference and see if you can identify the same individual popping up in your yard more than once. We have a favorite wild garter snake at the Rothacker house that hibernates near our front porch. We call him Old Crinkletail, and Viola's eyes light up every time we catch him and let him go again. If you see any of his relatives living near your front porch, make sure to tell them we said, hey, thanks for giving reptiles a chance. I'm Jesse Rothacker. Here's your garter snake with your Reptile Report.
Now, if you happen to have any reptile encounters and want Jesse's help identifying the critter, all you have to do is text or email the Forgotten Friend Reptile Sanctuary at the number on your screen. And your pictures may even end up on one of our reptile reports. Now, Brian's here talking about those Lancaster Barnstormers of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball.
You got it. You know, I did get the memo, by the way. Yellow and navy. We look good.
We look real good.
But yeah, only 3 games left in the first half of the Atlantic League this season. Stormers are 2 games out of first. We'll have all their highlights coming up, plus a former Barnstormer, Casey Hobson, in action in the Eastern League tonight. His Richmond Flying Squirrels visiting the Fightin' Phils of Reading. And it is all next in sports. Stick around.
Nothing fits the bill of summertime quite like beating the heat with a cool glass of iced tea. A tea affair in Lidditz recently released their line of iced teas for July with flavors that would be hard to come by anywhere else.
So for the month of July, we have 4 new teas that we're going to be serving. A Long Island Strawberry Iced Tea, a Blue Lady Iced Tea, a Pomegranate Green Iced Tea, and a Peach Ice Cream Iced Tea.
Along with all of their signature teas, a tea affair also has a variety of soups, salads, quiches, and pastries.
Refreshing.
I love iced tea, and it's one of those things where if it's hot out, you grab yourself an iced tea, maybe a little sugar, maybe a little Splenda. We'll see how it goes.
All right. You're going to be poolside this weekend?
I'm going to try to be. I don't know. I got maybe no oceans around, so.
That's true.
All right, well, until next time, I'm John Buffone.
And I'm Brad Cast. We'll see you next week.